Rugged cowboys with their weathered faces and steely gazes taking a ride under the big western sky. These men, often seen as icons of freedom and adventure, were once hard-working professionals. These cowboys had hard and difficult lives before they became famous in Wild West shows. Before joining the spectacle of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, cowboys were true professionals in their own right. They worked as hunters, lawmen, and some even as criminals, each role demanding its own set of skills and bravery. Their daily lives were tough and grueling, filled with endless hours of travel alongside massive herds of cattle. Imagine the endless plains, the never-ending dust, and the constant threat of danger, ranging from wild animals to thieves, setting the scene for their lives. Financial security was a rare luxury for these cowboys. Their pay was often meager, and the comforts of home were far removed from their everyday reality. A chance to bathe in a cool, clear lake offered a rare moment of relief and refreshment during the constant hard work of their travels. Despite these hardships, cowboys were known for their remarkable skills. It was said that they could catch a calf that was running away or tame a wild horse. This showed how skilled and tough they were. The cattle industry and western expansion relied heavily on the tireless efforts of cowboys. They were the driving force behind the movement of cattle from Texas to railheads in Kansas and beyond, ensuring the growth of the American economy. However, their lives were far from the romanticized images often depicted in books and movies. The reality was a life of constant movement, dealing with the weather and moving around a lot while not having much. Then there was Buffalo Bill Cody, the showman who saw an opportunity to bring the cowboy skills and stories to a wider audience. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show offered these seasoned cowboys a chance to showcase their talents in front of cheering crowds. The pay was significantly better, and for the first time, many cowboys didn't have to worry about financial problems. Photos from this time show cowboys having fun in bars, which is very different from their hard and lonely life on the road. But what about the journey's main point? From working on the dusty trails of the cattle drives to the bright arenas of Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, cowboys went from being important workers in the Western growth to being famous performers. Their amazing skills, which were once necessary for life, amazed and inspired people all over the world. The cowboys' life was undoubtedly hard, but their heritage lives on as a reminder of toughness, skill, and the spirit of the American West. But their stories of toughness and drive aren't nearly as interesting as the stories of the Native American tribes. Imagine huge areas of land that haven't been touched by humans yet, but you can still hear the ancient customs of Native American tribes. The constant push to the west changed these lands, which were full of culture and history. Native American tribes faced huge problems during this time, but they were strong and left behind a lasting memory. The westward expansion brought unprecedented challenges to Native American tribes. As settlers moved westward, the tribes faced the heartbreaking loss of their ancestral territories. When the government made rules that forced tribes off their land, many of them lost their usual ways of life. Policies of forced assimilation tried to take away their national identities by making them follow new traditions and ways of life. However, Native American tribes did not merely vanish into the shadows of history. Many found ways to integrate and participate in the rapidly changing world around them. Shows like Buffalo Bill's Wild West provided a platform where Native Americans could share their skills and traditions with a broader audience. This cultural integration allowed them to maintain a presence and voice amidst the transformation sweeping across their lands. Conflict and battles with settlers in the military were an inevitable part of this tumultuous period. Figures like Iron White Man emerged as leaders and symbols of resistance, striving to protect their people and their way of life. These stories of leadership and resistance are captured in photographs and cultural records, giving a moving look at how strong and resilient Native American cultures are. The westward spread had a huge effect on Native American tribes. When groups were forced to live on reservations and were told they had to give up their traditions, they were changed forever. Native Americans made important additions to frontier culture and history, even though they had to deal with a lot of problems. They added to the cultural mix of the American West with their understanding of the land, horsemanship skills, and rich storytelling traditions. Efforts to preserve and showcase Native American heritage have been ongoing. Many tribes have worked tirelessly to maintain their cultural practices, languages, and histories. Festivals, museums, and educational programs play a crucial role in sharing the vibrant legacy of Native American tribes with future generations. These efforts ensure that their rich cultural heritage continues to be recognized and celebrated. But the story of Native American resilience is only the beginning. Picture the American frontier, an incredibly large, wild area full of opportunities. It was a time of great change, where every decision and event carved the path toward modern America. The frontier was not just a place, it was a place where important cultural and historical events happened that shaped the spirit of the United States. One of the most transformative events was the Homestead Act of 1862. This law offered 160 acres of public land to settlers willing to cultivate it, spurring a massive wave of westward migration. Families put their entire lives into covered wagons and set out into unknown lands, hoping to find wealth and to start over. Significant migrations weren't limited to settlers alone. The discovery of gold in California in 1848 and silver in Nevada in 1859 triggered economic booms, drawing people from all over the world. These people, along with traders and entrepreneurs, flocked to the West, searching for wealth and a fresh start. With so many people coming, towns and infrastructure grew quickly, changing the landscape with busy neighborhoods and new possibilities. The frontier was a melting pot of cultures and ideas, leading to both integration and clashes. Diverse groups, including immigrants from Europe, Asia, and Latin America, contributed to the frontier life. Each group brought unique traditions, foods, and skills, creating a culture that is richer and encouraging people to be resilient and creative. Legal and social changes also marked this era. As towns grew, so did the need for law and order. The Wild West saw the establishment of legal systems, from local sheriffs to federal marshals, striving to bring justice to a lawless land. Social changes followed, with evolving roles for women and other minorities who played crucial roles in the development of frontier society. But what about the transformative events that truly shaped American history? There were times of big change and new ideas during the frontier age. The building of the Transcontinental Railroad, completed in 1869, connected the coasts and revolutionized travel and commerce. The pioneer spirit of hard work and creativity built the foundations for modern America. These famous events and cultural moments have left a lasting mark on history. These are the courage, conflict, and society stories that shaped a time. From the Homestead Act to the gold rushes, from bringing different cultures together to changing the law, The frontier changed the country and its people. Today, we like this video and subscribe to the channel, and we remember and enjoy these events, recognizing the many people who helped build the American West and leave an indelible mark on the history of the country.